最初に来た時留学した時に嫌なこととかって何かありました？例えばなんか怪人とか。
名古屋で、いっぱいの外国人がいますので、そしてみんなはなんか見たんですけどちょっと気にしないになりました。そしてそうか、日本人じゃないですよね。でも深市に来たら本当に違いますね。いつもこれでも時々はなんか子供の時に本当に可愛いだと思います。これちょっとでも時々ハローと言ってこんにちは、そしてお母さんいつも言いますので、そしてこんにちはと言って、そして本当に嬉しいんですけど、でもおじいさんはいつもハローどこに住んでいますかと言って、そして
それナンパ？
ちょっといつも私ありがとう。日本語話せませんと言って、そうです本当に
バイバイみたいな。
ごめんなさい、日本語話せませんと言って、そして
うまいですね。
そう。Do you speak English? そしてちょっとスウェーデン語を話せます。スウェーデン語？ドイツ語？どっちみたいな。わかんない。多分スウェーデン語は知らないんですから、父さんはスウェーデン人ですから。でも全然スウェーデン語を話せます。
お父さんスウェーデン人。でお母さんはアメリカ。
So my dad is Swedish, but he was born and raised in America.
Okay.
So he's generational.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my mom she was born in Alaska, or not in Alaska, sorry. She was born in America, but she's German-Italian.
German-Italian.
Yeah, so her mom and her dad are German-Italian. So she's very short. Yeah. Yeah. I look very Swedish too. Yeah. My mom is this tall. She has black hair, brown eyes. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing. いつも子供たちなんかバニー先生、なんかコロコンタクトを作りました。作りません。本当に目です。嬉しいんですけど、ちょっと。Oh gosh, there's so many colors of eyes out there. You have no idea. ね。
じゃあ嫌なことって言ったらそんなになくて、なんかおじいさんとかたまにこう。
そう。気持ち悪いですよね。
おじいさんがちょっと気持ち。
四日市でも本当にいっぱいの外国人がいます。そしてその外国人はブラジル人とかスリランカ人。いつもその外国人はもうなんかその色見えないんですから、見たことがないんですから、そして You are so beautiful. It's like, okay, thanks. Like, I want to go home. Like, I'm going to go home now. Like,
モテモテなんですね、じゃあ。
So I understand. When you're in Asia, it's not common to see these colors around very often. But my friends who are black have the same issue. They'll be like, why are you so dirty? And they're like, I'm not dirty. I'm literally born this way. And for me, they're like, oh, Bunny Sensei, what whitening did you use on your skin? I'm like, I don't do that. I'm just naturally white. Like,
is somebody asking for that?
Some people ask me if
like
I bleach.
Japanese people?
Yeah, because they want to know what products I'm using. And I'm like, I just use aloe vera.
What?
That's
kind of offended, isn't it?
A little bit offensive. Yeah. I don't think
microaggression.
Yeah, microaggression. Like a lot of them don't realize it is racism because they want to be beautiful, and the Asian beauty standards is if you have lighter skin, you're beautiful. And I think people should just love your skin. You know, take care of it, wash it. Do your skincare routine, but don't bleach it. Don't darken it on purpose, because then you get skin cancer. So yeah, just love your skin. It's your skin. You can fit in it. You don't have to fit those beauty standards. But I know Asia beauty standards are very strict, so I try not to follow them.
Especially like white people, like blonde and blue eyes.
Blonde, yeah, like
kind of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. I thank anime for making me look so pretty, but also there are so many other people out there that are so pretty, and you should always believe that you're pretty. So many people, I don't even try. I get up, I tie my hair into a clip. I don't even do my hair. I don't do makeup. Like, you know, and if you're a person who wants to do her hair and wants to do her makeup, go for it. If it makes you feel good about yourself. But don't bleach your skin because that's what you think is the best thing to do. Only do it if you want to do it, not because you feel like you have to do it, you know. Love yourself.
日本人の方とデートしてたってことは、このアメリカ人の方とデートしてる時との違いとかってね、ちょっと教えてほしいです。
So, okay. Well, dating culture in America is very weird. So in America, we have a very strict rule that I learned with my last relationship. So the rule is, if you are texting, you have to text each other no matter what. Every day, every morning, good night, good morning, good night. That, you know, and you have to keep up the conversation. And if there's ever a time where maybe you get into an argument, you know, in Japan, you guys just don't text each other. You know, you have the argument and you just stop texting each other. In America, don't ever do that. If you need to stop texting the person, just tell them, I need space, I just need some me time, and that's okay. Then you can stop texting for a while. But if you just stop, even if there was a fight, that's a big no-no. You don't ever do that. That's how you get a breakup. That's how you get a breakup. Because there's no communication. There's no, hey, I feel this way and I'm hurt and I need some space. And that's the problem I feel that Japan has, where communication isn't as open. It's very like, you know, you're still separate, even if you're together. I noticed that it's super rare to see, you know, especially older Japanese people to be doing anything like dabu-dabu. No handhold. It's just so, but it's weird to me. It's so weird to me because my parents always kissed in front of me and it grossed me out. But now I look back and I think that because I could see that they really did love each other. You know, they weren't afraid of what other people thought. They had open communication. If my mom was upset, they would talk about it. If my dad was upset, they would talk about it. You know, if they wanted to argue, they would argue, you know. But in Japan, I noticed a lot of Japanese men, especially my age, they're afraid of arguing, they don't want to argue, and that's okay, but sometimes that means you're not listening. So, listen, listen. And girls, go easy on the guys sometimes, they're trying. If they make one mistake, don't blow up, you know. It's also important to be a strong, independent woman, but also know your boundaries too. So that's what I noticed of the differences. Yeah.
So like the texting rules, the number one.
So many rules: texting, communication, and frequent dates.
Frequent dates.
Yeah, frequent dates. In America, to us, what qualifies as a date may not be the Japanese way. So in Japan, you go out to eat and do something fancy or something, you know, Instagram worthy. But in America, we also believe that dates can be just staying at home, drinking wine, watching anime on TV. So, yeah. So for us, our version of dates, because in America it's so expensive to live, we also believe that dates can just be just you and your partner hanging out, having a good time, you know. And of course, if you're LGBTQIA, there's a complete difference. You know? In Japan, I've noticed that the LGBTQIA community is becoming more and more out there. From this past 5 years, when I first got here, I couldn't find anything, and now I'm here and everybody's talking about it. And as somebody who is LGBTQIA, that makes me so happy. Because it's just one step closer to Japan becoming more aware that other things exist out there. And it's not just Japan on an island. There's so much on your island. And everybody should love each other, you know? So yeah, so much to know, but yeah.
でもなんか日本の場合って付き合ってくださいみたいな。
Yeah.
When do you start boyfriend and
Yeah.
girlfriend? You know,
In America, sometimes we do start off as friends, and sometimes we start off as meeting each other on Tinder or Bumble. I don't do dating apps anymore, it's just not my thing. But you know, sometimes you just start as friends. Actually, my brother's wife, we all went to elementary school together.
Wow.
So she was a really good friend of his, and then they, you know, after high school, they went off to their separate ways. They were never dating. They, you know, just friends had to go off and do their thing. And recently, about 2-3 years ago, they've started working for the same company, and they were like, "Oh my God, where have you been?" And turns out now that they're adults, they have a lot more in common, and they're having their first baby in September. In Japan, it's interesting because either you get the people that will just be like, "Hey, I want to take you on a date." It's like, "Wow, I love your spunk," and then some of them will just be like, it's like, probably not, because I'm scared that you're not confident, you know? So always have confidence. That is a big rule for American women. Always have confidence. Not too much where you're kind of pushy. You know, we don't like the guys who are like, "Hey," you know, if we have our headphones in, that's a sign of do not come near us, do not approach us. Like, we are trying to listen to something, and chances are, knowing Americans, it's probably murder mystery podcasts. Oh, we love murder mystery podcasts. We're listening to somebody talk about a gruesome murder as you're like talking, and we're like, "Oh my God, he could kill me, or I could kill him." Like, you know, who's the evil one here, you know? So, yeah, so for Japanese, like the system of approaching of a date, you know, let it happen naturally. With us foreigners, we're not usually ones to, you know, want a date after not even knowing who you are. But some people are that way and some people aren't. It's good to be like, "Hey, you know, nice to meet you, where are you from?" You know, and ask like, "Hey, can I have do you have a line? Do you have," you know, and if she says, "Oh, I don't have," that means she probably does, she just doesn't want your line. So back off. That's your rejection. Like, no worries. Okay, well, see you around, and leave it at that. That's how we know that you're not going to be creepy. But
Can I have your line?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's do it.
I thought I don't have it. I
was like, sure. Like, you know. But yeah, I had one guy. It was really creepy, and it was at a bus stop in the middle of an Inaka area. Nobody was around, and he saw me walk to the bus stop. So he came out of his house, followed me, and I'm sitting at the bus stop, and we had a conversation one day, and the bus came, and I thought, "Oh, he's gonna get on the bus." No, he didn't get on the bus. He just watched me get on the bus and then left. And I was like, that is really uncomfortable. And so, but the next day, you know, me knowing Japanese stalking issues are a big deal, I just went, all right, I'm gonna put on my American face, you know, and we have this thing called an RBF. Have you ever heard of that?
RBF.
R, resting, B, face. Face. And it looks like this. And because it looks like you're about to be like the meanest person in the world. So he comes up, I'm like, you know, listening to my headphones, and I'm like, and he's like talking to me, and I take out my headphones, and he goes, "Can I have your line?" And I go, "No, sorry, I don't have a line." He goes, "Oh, can I have your email?" I'm like, "No, my work says that I can't give away my email." That's a lie. And then he goes, "Oh, okay. Can I have your phone number?" And I'm like, "Why aren't you getting the no, there's two no." And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you." And then left. And I was like, how many no's do I have to say for you to get the hint?
Is he Japanese or Brazilian?
He was Japanese.
Japanese?
He was Japanese. He was a Japanese guy. He seemed like a nice guy, but I just, you know, I wasn't looking for anybody. I'm trying to go to work, you know? So I was in my work mode. I was in the, you know, I'm not in the mood for flirting right now. It's 7:30 in the morning and I'm tired. Like, come to me at 7:30 at night when I'm at an izakaya and then we'll talk, you know? But yeah, so, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where let us get to know you first. And if we say yes and exchange lines or exchange Instagram, it's usually a really good thing. But don't be shocked if an American doesn't have an Instagram. Instagram is not used the same same way. So always ask for line, not Instagram. Yeah, very good advice.
なるほど
Yeah.
OK アラスカ